Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. In this video, we will dive into understanding document object model, which is also called as DOM. We will also understand about shadow DOM and DOM queries in LWC. Document object model or DOM is a tree structure that represents the content of web page. Each node corresponds to a part of document like element, attribute, or text. Here is a simple representation of the DOM. Now let's understand about shadow DOM in LWC. Shadow DOM encapsulates a component's DOM and styles. It creates a boundary that prevents external styles or scripts from interfering with your component. Let's look at an example. First, let's try to create a child component. Once this is done, let's create a parent component. Once the parent component is created, we will invoke the child component into parent component. Here's the key point. The p tag inside the child component is not accessible through document.querySelector in the parent component because it is encapsulated within a shadow DOM of child component. To access elements within a component's template in LWC, we use this .template, which scopes queries to component's template. These are the key methods. This template.querySelector. This basically returns the first matching element within the component's template. If no matching element is found, it returns null. This template.querySelectorAll. This returns a node list of all matching elements within the template. If no matches are found, it returns an empty node list. Now, let's see these concepts in action with practical examples. First, let's look into template.querySelector example. To demonstrate template.querySelector, I have created an LWC component and set its targets to Lightning app page. First, I have added a div container in the HTML file. Inside the container, I have added a p tag with a class message and I have set the text color to red. The initial message reads Hello Dragons. Below that, I have added a button labeled Change Message with an event handler. Now, here's the functionality. When I click the button, the message inside the p tag should change from Hello Dragons to Hello Dragons, how are you? In the JavaScript file, I have created a function called Change Message to handle the button click event. Inside the function, I am using this template.querySelector to find the p tag with the class message. If the p tag is found, I am changing its text content to Hello Dragons, how are you? And also, I am updating the color of the text to blue. Once I deployed this and added it to the app page, here's how it responds when I click the button. And that's how template.querySelector works. Now, let's understand template.querySelectorAll. In this example, inside the HTML file, I have created a div container. Inside the container, I have added 3 p tags with the texts text1, 2, and 3, all having the same class name, dynamic text. Below these, I have added a button labeled Change All Text with an event handler. In the JavaScript file, I have created a function called Change All Text to handle the button click event. Inside the function, I am using this template.querySelectorAll to query all elements with the class dynamic text. This returns a node list containing all 3 p tags. I am iterating through the node list using for each method. For each element, I am updating its text content to updated text 1, updated text 2 and so on, based on its position in the list. Once I deployed this and added it to the app page, here's how it responds when I click on the button. And that's how template.querySelectorAll works. In summary, template.querySelector helps you to find and manipulate a single DOM element in the components template. Whereas, template.querySelectorAll helps you query and manipulate multiple elements. Template.querySelectorAll would also be helpful when you want to manipulate child components DOM. I hope this explanation was helpful. If you liked this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.